everybody? These are my three people, my three adults that are listening to me today. I will be talking about the dangers of distracted driving. Did you know that driving at a speed of 55 miles per hour, the average text takes your eyes off the road long enough for you to cover the distance of a football field? Now imagine we go 10 more miles per hour, 65 miles per hour, and that we would just cover so much more distance. In 2014, 3,179 people were killed, and 431,000 were injured in motor vehicle crashes involving distracted driving. That was 2 years ago. I'm sure that by now that number has probably went up because social media and texting for the younger generation has definitely boomed. This is an insane amount of people just because we thought that we could pick up our phone or change the radio station in the car. Just last week, I had a friend who was involved in a car accident. She was changing the radio station, so she wasn't doing anything bad. She just happened to look down for 1 second, and because there wasn't a shoulder on the road, she went off into the ditch and she rolled her car. Today, I'm going to talk about the different types of distracted driving. There are 3 different types: visual, taking your eyes off the road; manual, taking your hands off the wheel; and cognitive, taking your mind off of driving. Let's begin with the visual, taking your eyes off the road. Now, everybody knows that using your cell phone is the most dangerous because it involves all 3 types of distracted driving. Now, if you think about it, texting, you pick up the phone, so you're using your hands, and then you read to the text, which takes your eyes off the road. And then whenever you use your cognitive, you are reading the text, so you are trying to process what the person is saying, and then you're also trying to think about what you're going to say next. So you're not focusing on driving at all. Drivers in their 20s are 38% of distracted drivers who are using their cell phones in fatal crashes. That is only people in their 20s. And they are 38%. That is people my age, and I will say that I've used my phone while driving, or I've changed the radio station while driving, and I know that many other people do it way more than I do. Approximately 660,000 drivers are using cell phones while driving, and that number has remained the same since 2010. So this was not up to date. It wasn't in 2016 yet, but like I said before, the social media and texting and everything has become such a bigger issue. So I can only imagine that that number has probably grown from then. How many deaths are caused each year due to using cell phone while driving? You probably don't think as much as what I'm about to tell you. 11 teen deaths every single day. That is a lot of people in one day. 1,600,000 accidents per year. That is just ridiculous. That's just due to using cell phones. That's not radios, that's not just crashes because of animals or sleeping or anything. That's just cell phones. 330,000 injuries per year. Now, that's a lot of injuries. You'd think with that many accidents per year, there'd be more injuries or deaths from all of that, but at least that's a pretty good number. Next, we will talk about manual, taking your hands off of the wheel. So, as I talked about changing the radio station, you accidentally look down or you're looking at it to see which station it goes to, or you're using your phone. Your phone is connected. So you keep looking at the phone and you have it in your hand. Or you're looking down at it and you don't see what's coming next. More than 600,000 drivers are manipulating electronics devices such as the radio. So, obviously, I do that. You don't want to listen to the radio station that has commercials, so you change it to the next one that has, or try to change it to the next one that has songs on it. Or you try to connect your phone to that so you don't have to listen to commercials. As I stated before, I recently had a friend who was involved in a wreck because she was changing the radio station. And it is scary because I do it all the time. I pick up my phone to click the next song or change the station if I don't want to listen to country anymore or hip-hop, pop, whatever. Next, we're going to talk about eating and drinking. So that also takes your hands off the wheel, so manually. Fast food places have made it way easier because many different places have drive-thrus. So you go through a town that has McDonald's and you don't want to get out of the car because it's faster and you want to get to your destination quicker. So they make it easier for you to eat in your car. Well, when you eat in your car, say you pick up that cheeseburger and you have the cheeseburger in one hand and you want to drink. So you take both hands off the wheel. So you have a cheeseburger in one hand, you pick up your drink, nothing is on the wheel. So you're trusting your knees or nothing to guide your car. Or you have your chicken nuggets and you're dipping your chicken nuggets in your sauce. I've done that, and it is scary. Sometimes people only have drinks, and you take your drinks out of the cup holder and you take a sip, which you still may have one hand on the wheel, but that's still way more dangerous than having two hands on the wheel at one time. Lastly, we're going to talk about cognitive, taking your mind off of driving. So texting or talking to someone on the phone. It's pretty obvious that when you're talking to somebody on the phone, you're thinking about what they're saying, what you're going to say back to them, or you're texting, you're not thinking about what's going on around you. So in a study, it said that 45% of people don't see or don't use their peripheral vision whenever they are texting or talking to someone, and so they don't see like kids in a crosswalk or animals coming on the side of the road. And that's pretty scary because animals come up and you don't see them, you don't have a quick enough reaction because you're not even thinking about it. When you're having a conversation with somebody that's even in the car, that's way more distracting because you may glance over at them and look at them in the eye, make eye contact every once in a while, and you take your eyes off the road, you take your mind off of the road. You don't pay attention to what you're doing, you're not focusing, you're completely focusing. I know that sometimes I may daydream. Somebody doesn't have to be in the car with me, and I daydream and I'm like, well crap, how did I get from there to there without even thinking about my eyes being on the road? Like I said, have another person in the car, or even having kids. Kids are very needy, they want to talk to you at all times, they may want something from you, want a toy in the back that they dropped. It's just you're not even thinking about the road again. Or you're taking your hands off the wheel to grab something, or you're taking your eyes off the road by trying to look where you're getting it. I know that most people think they're pro at texting and driving, or using their knees to eat. I've done it, like I said before, I like eating, it's easy to go through a drive-thru, not have to stop, don't eat, it's just not safe. But in reality, nobody is good at doing that. We're all very, very lucky to even have nothing that has happened to us because of doing that. Distracted driving is a serious issue, and people will continue to harm themselves and harm others if they keep doing it or decide to do it. You are important, and so are your loved ones, so I put everybody at risk by texting and driving, eating and driving, taking your mind off the road. Just if you have to, pull over to the side. Do what you have to do. I encourage each and every one of you to remember how important you guys are, and next time you think you can text while driving, refrain from doing it to keep everybody safe. That is what I have come up with about the dangers of distracted driving, so I hope that you guys have learned a lesson, and you guys won't do it as often, if anything. Thank you.